Hi, I'm Newt Bailey. Welcome to my podcast. Today I want to do the second part of You Made Me Look a Complete Fool. If I'm going to go into a meeting now with this person who says that I made him look a complete fool, and we're going to have a conversation about this, there's two things that I want to get cleared up really early on. Number one, what's the scope of this time-wise and situational-wise? Is this just a one-off occurrence that this person is annoyed with, or is this part of a theme? Because quite often people might have been pissed off with you for quite a while about something, but they haven't wanted to bring it up yet, and it took some particular incident for them to bring it up, but there's a whole history which you didn't know about. Okay, so I see this as a great opportunity to just kind of get clear on what's going on. It's an opportunity to have something valuable and connecting arise out of this disconnecting event. The second area I want to look at is, what are the specifics? What is it that was actually said? What did I say? What did I do? What were the expectations? What were the understandings? Just the facts and figures so that we can get clear. We may not agree on them, but I want to know what the person has going on for them. I want to know their version of reality. In a certain way, I'm entering into this conversation like a historian or a documentarian. I'm just trying to get the facts of the situation clear up front. So let's take a look at how that might look. So thanks for making time to talk to me about this. Yeah, well, I hope it's not going to take long. You made me look a fool, and I'd like an apology, and I'd like an assurance that it's not going to happen again. I very much am not wanting it to happen again, and if apology is in order, then I'll be very willing to give that. I'd like to find out some more details of the situation, because at the moment, I've got to be honest with you, I'm not fully understanding what it is that happened or the kind of scope of what's happening. So would you be willing to answer a couple of questions about it, just so as I can get clear? Seems pretty clear to me, but okay. Thank you. I first of all just want to know about the scope of it. Is this sense of me making you look a fool, is that just in this meeting, or is this like a succession of meetings generally in our working relationship? Could you give me a sense of that? Well, I don't particularly like the way that you talk to me in meetings in general, no. So it's not the first time. This was just particularly egregious. But no, in general, I think I don't appreciate the way that you talk to me and talk about me in meetings. Thank you, that gives me a lot of clarity on that. And it's just in meetings because we don't see much of each other elsewhere. That's what I'm understanding. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm not aware of this until you brought it up, so I'm very grateful for you bringing it up. And if you could give me any specific things that I said on this most recent meeting that would give me sort of a clarity about what it is that's not working, that would help as well. Are you serious? Like, it seems pretty clear to me. Like, I think everyone in the room was seeing it, everyone else in the room was hearing it. It kind of seems to me like you're just kind of playing dumb or something like that, and that's not, I'm not liking that very much. I'm grateful for your honest response to this, and I totally don't want to play dumb. That's not my intention. I literally don't know what it is that I'm doing that you're finding is making you look a fool. I would like to know so that I can change it, because that's not my intention at all. So I wonder if you'd be willing to just give it a shot of giving me a couple of specifics. Okay, so I'm playing this in a particular way. I'm just making the assumption that I literally don't get it. I don't know what it was that was said. So I'm trying to find out. This whole thing would be very different if I actually had a sense of really being clear on what I'd done. That'd be a different role play, a different demonstration. But I'm just demonstrating it this particular way, but there are certain themes which would be the same either way. Number one is, I understand that this is not going to be a particularly fun conversation for the other person. He would probably rather be doing almost anything than having this conversation with me. So I'm going to try and have an attitude of appreciation, gratitude for the fact that he's willing to come and have this conversation. especially because from his perspective, I did something wrong, I'm in the wrong, I'm bad, that kind of thing. So, I want to be thankful, I want to be grateful, I want to express it, and I'm doing that with some regularity. A second thing is that I've come into this conversation very clear on what I want to get out of it. I want to get clarity about what happened. I want to get an understanding between us. I want to get a clear path forward so that this particular problem doesn't come up again if possible. I want to learn whatever I can from it to get value from the feedback. And I also want to take into account his point of view. I want to be in a place of respect towards him and consideration of his values, his preferences, his feelings, his needs. So I'm clear on that when I come in. I know what end result I'm looking for. A third piece is that I want to be willing to be open to the possibility that I contributed to this in some way, I don't want to just assume that he's crazy, that he's to blame, that he's making it up. I want to be open to the possibility that there's some way that I contributed to this, maybe 1%, maybe 95%, whatever it is, and exploring, finding out what happened, what's going on. And the fourth point, I really want to do my very best not to get dragged into any kind of counterattack or defensiveness. So if his anger starts to rise and he says certain things from that place of anger, I just want to try and stick to what are the facts, what are the observables, what does he remember, what do I remember, that kind of thing, and not get dragged into an argument. There's a lot of gravity when someone starts to say things which I hear as attacking or judging or criticizing. Huge gravity to join them, to join them in that way of communicating. And so I really want to try and resist that if at all possible, because it's very inefficient. It's very inefficient. It can create a big mess which takes a long time to clean up later. Trying to stay focused on my desired end result, which is not a fight.